back at it, boys.
I can't believe that we're here again. Can you? Can you believe they keep letting us do this?
I can't believe how cheesy those Cheez-Its are, man.
I've been trying to get fired from this gig for years.
Those are the extra cheddar ones, dude.
That is a good place to be.
They're awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the live stream here of Illinois States, one of our favorite local events here in Chicago. It typically happens.
It's like a theater in here.
Typically happens in the January-February timeline, but due to there being an Arctic plunge, we actually decided that we were going to move it. And by we, I mean people much smarter than I am, who run tournaments and scheduling.
Yeah, well, anyway, so...
I'm Matt McClure alongside Sean Albrecht and Cal Noble.
Yes.
We have pictures for once.
Not for Cal, but for the rest of us.
What are we talking about? Did I get in here late? Did we?
No, I think you got in here at the perfect time.
Are they compromising pictures?
So, no, it's not blackmail photos. Okay. It's just real, actual, real, actual paddle-related announcer photos.
Inverness Golf Club, beautiful, man. They did such a great job with the.
Inverness has been hosting this event for the past couple seasons. Jonas Merrickx is the director here.
On the far side there, in the teal, I guess you'd call that? Is that teal?
Yeah, the non-hat. He's the only one on the court not wearing a hat, and if I had a hair like that, I wouldn't wear a hat either.
Ever.
That's the way that it goes. We do have scoring happening through the Court Director app, and thanks so much for those guys for setting us up, even for the local tournament scene.
For sure.
It takes a lot of pressure off of us. Holy cow.
Wow. Chris Baker just unloading.
Early move. Chris Baker in the ad side white as you're watching this return happen. Jonas digging out that ball over there in that deep corner.
Good lobsk.
Eric Koppman on the deuce side here at the net in the black hoodie, gray hat.
Lefty.
40-40.
You bet. Tall drink of water.
Nice shot.
This be a good match, Coach.
Yep. And over here on the deuce side, playing with Jonas Merrickx is Steven
Larco.
Larco, thank you. Oh, smooth two-hander. What is he like?
Talk about.
What is he like? A negative 45 on the PTI scale?
That's in there.
That's a good pick. He decides to play it. What a sportsman.
Drive to drive you, baby. Yeah.
It's good early shift.
You know what? I'd try that too if I were.
I would too. So this is going to be a fun one. As you get into the quarterfinals of a tournament like this, obviously, the 16-team draw is going to bring some players out, but this is one of those events where it really is kind of anybody's tournament, right?
For sure.
Tail end
nice.
of the season. Great pick out of the corner.
Steve just right there for the
so sort of this tail end of the tournament. Everybody, the finals of league play has wrapped up. That was the last time you had us live on the channel last week, which was a blast.
It was.
And
hopefully it was a blast for everybody else too.
I think that it was. I think that people generally enjoyed themselves. Little weather on the evening of the final, but that's okay. They were able to shift some stuff around.
We may get a little weather in the afternoon.
No, that's
just a little bit.
That's fake news.
Is it?
I don't know. I just don't want to deal with it. So I've decided that that's where I'm going to take the conversation. This should be a good match. I think. Between these two teams, everybody really feels comfortable swinging out on these shots.
Got some skills here. Do you
see
that?
Little slap there, just low enough and flat enough to overpower the volley.
You're not supposed to be able to hit it. I've just been shot that hard.
It's a good early break there.
Somebody's got to tell him that. Somebody's got to remind him. That's just wrong.
Thanks to our local sponsors as well, Wintrust, Illinois Bone & Joint, and Viking for bringing this event to us, as well as Inverness Paddle. This is their 100 years here, their centennial celebration.
Who's in the chair, Coach? Do we know?
That is, I'm going to blank on the name now. And
Russ.
Again.
Russ.
Thank you.
Thank you to Russ.
Russ Beautray.
Getting up there.
That's not
R&B, we call them sometimes. I just decided to. Look at that. That is a lot of top on a screen drive.
Yep.
That thing just dropped off the table, baby.
What I do appreciate about late season tournament paddle after after nationals is done and after league finals is done and all that kind of stuff, everybody's just going to play their game.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, it's not that you're much less likely to see the let's lob 90 balls in a row in order to gain traction in a point. You're going to see a lot more players step up and hit their shots. Steven very aware that that was his ball, and maybe it got a little out in front of the body.
For sure, a little more offensive. Just because the weather it's actually nice outside, Coach. If we're out there, it's like, I know they say it's 40-something, but it doesn't feel
30,
that way.
38 on the real
Really?
feel. Yep.
It feels like it.
All right, Cal.
I mean, it's nice, but it's not like it's
Way
a
to be
summer
contrarian.
day.
I mean, it's not windy.
It's fine.
Yeah.
You can. That's a.
Oh, I like the decision to change direction, but yes, the overplay. Maybe I should just do a little less with that ball.
Just
Is
a
what
bit.
he's
It was stylish,
thinking
though.
to himself.
That was very stylish. The no-look.
Kottman with the right decision to try to hold it and then shift it.
Yeah, that's some nasty lefty stuff, baby.
Yeah, but substantially better.
Lefty magic.
Nothing like the depth. That's going to be a problem.
That's vintage Jonas.
A little inside-out back foot, heavy drive action.
Yeah, that did not heavy and some pace on that puppy.
Yesterday was crazy windy. It might have even been unplayable.
You know what's funny you say that, because most people that get to the game early enough, they think because the ball is so heavy that the wind really isn't going to make much difference, but it does.
No, it's big.
For sure.
It was windy enough yesterday where a tree came down on both my cars.
No, you're joking, right?
No, I'm serious.
What
yeah.
the?
Yeah. Not heavy enough to crush them.
Wow.
But enough to break some glass,
I think
knock a mirror off, and
Okay, that's a hate crime, Coach.
because I haven't,
I don't mean to joke about that.
I haven't used my insurance policy recently, so why not?
You know what the
that's
fates
a
are
great
saying?
overhead.
Figure it out.
Jeez.
I know. Wow. Smart. All right, so we got, not only do we have pretty much every shot out there, and everybody can hit every shot, so we're going to see some shot making, but some speed.
Yep.
I mean,
some execution.
For sure.
I would be remiss if I didn't bring up Jason Love mentioning in spirit that he would like to see some more drop shots.
Did he say that?
I mean, he just would if he was here, so I feel obligated. You know,
He would,
a couple
too.
of these like particularly short
He would.
lobs.
He would.
You know, I know everybody on the court is fast and they
It
can
would.
track stuff
It
down,
would.
but the occasional drop shot goes a long way
Yes.
in setting yourself up for success. So let's call it 1-all.
Well, I should be smart enough to say that, but I'm people of the land, moron.
What a dig out of the
Shot.
nick. The drive and the redrive. Jonas better
think
not
he's
lob it
warmed
or
up.
I'm going to be disappointed. Ah, you suck.
Get over.
See, that's what happens. That's the penalty you pay
that's right.
for lobbing the ball.
There we go.
If you hit 7 drives in a row and you're unwilling to hit the 8th, then you're going to lose the point on the lob. That's the paddle
I think
gods
that's a
have
law
spoken.
now in Cook
It's a
County.
law. I think it's
Yeah, you don't get. That's what you get.
take it to the Supreme
Good looking
Court.
serve from Stephen Larko. Chris got all of that one.
Calling it long. Just making sure everybody knows at
Big
home.
hitter, the Baker,
It's
the
just
Lama.
a little deep.
Wow,
It's
that's
a
big.
great backhand.
Super shot. Good pace too. Kind of. If it was a little colder, might have died in the corner. My favorite. Did that hit? No, just a
little
little
deep.
long. I try. Doesn't miss very often there. Are we getting the report, as they say, as in the sound off of the paddle out there enough? I think we are.
Yeah, I think we're okay.
A little long. I don't know.
I don't know if Russ in the chair. He is keeping score on the iPad for us, so
I can.
I'm sure he'll get involved if
turn it up a little
necessary. But it's probably not necessary.
Super plan from Chris Baker. I tell you what do they call this? A break fast? A break?
Breakfast?
Breakfast?
You know, I haven't had breakfast.
Brokeback?
What time is it? 1 o'clock. This is why
Basically
brunch was
noon.
invented. Basically noon.
That's the new
Yeah,
band
it's
right
basically
there.
Noon.
I'm going to see they're going to be like a kind of a industrial alternative band. Basically noon. We all basically noon. Anyway. All right, so what do we got? 2-1 here? 2-1 in favor of Baker and Koopman. Am I wrong?
Koopman.
Koopman? Is it Koopman? I'm thinking of Audrey Koopman.
Eric
That's
Koopman.
right.
Oh,
I love the idea, though,
yeah.
from Steve Larko. That was
It's a good early
obviously
move.
a great anticipatory move.
Yeah,
there.
I think one of those is also going to be if you make that shift, you also are playing with Jonas, who is fast enough to cover if you do
For
decide
sure.
to let it go.
Yeah.
And that's a big one in the world. You can't make that shift up the sideline if your partner isn't also going to help you out.
You know what? He could be signing mortgage papers on the left side of the court and get over there. It's unbelievable. Some speed.
Just have to bring the notary out.
Not with my real estate attorney. Jack?
They
Jack.
do it all.
Shout out to Jack Leon. I loved him.
That's going to have
Speed.
Really move. Slick.
These guys.
So one of the fun things about, Illinois State and paddle like this in general is it also brings out a whole bunch of players that may not, enjoy the tour, APTA tour paddle, where it's a little less. It's a one-day event. It's local. You got plenty of talent where guys can compete, but playing 8 matches and dedicating yourself to an entire season, is a tough thing to do for people in the real world.
Good teamwork here from Baker and Copman. That's it. No, just a little long.
It's a great point, though. It's phenomenal coverage.
Jonas putting on a clinic there. Unreal. All right.
Lob, sweet lob. Good move. There's great coverage. And the lead cord clip into the body.
Now he'll do that a lot, and I don't mean that like as a knock. He's like he'll hit lead cords, but they basically go over. A lot of the time it's because he puts just a fair amount of top. I don't want to say fair amount, a lot of top spin on the ball. Sorry, am I stepping on you?
You're good.
I usually just step on people's commentary. Now
but in a good way.
Well, how could there be? All right, I won't even ask you.
I mean, I wasn't saying
like I
anything
said,
important anyway.
I'm people of the land. I'm a moron. I don't know.
Oh, and they get the lead cord right back.
All right, all's right with the world. Comber train. Ooh. Just in case you didn't know it was a train, I figured I'd give you the sound effect. I probably should have some sound effects like that on the board.
We should probably create a lead cord counter for next paddle season. Just because it's one of those things. It's a good early shift there from Steven to set up on the forehand and take that thing as it passes through his strike zone.
We'll make it like that, like I said, that jump light, the jump directional light on the college basketball games.
Yeah.
One person gets the lead cord, then we point it the other way.
Yep.
I think it's noting as well they're playing no ad scoring.
That's right.
True. So it
We
is
already had our
it's
first
very
ad
much
point.
like
This is there. He's going to dig that
an
out.
APTA event then, Cal, because of the no ad scoring.
Gosh,
there, dude.
Jonas is one of the few players who's fast enough that'll make that tomahawk look like a bad idea.
I know.
Like he smoked it into the back corner, and he tracked it all the way around the court, and then drove it back.
Dear APTA, I was feeling really good about my overhead.
It's a good rip.
And then Merrick's gets back there like it's not even going that fast.
Yep.
Yeah, good hands there from Jonas there. They play some really good music here too. Hopefully we don't get flagged. Are we? Is this?
We get flagged every time, but it's because
of my language.
No, the music. But I get like a notification that says, "Hey, you can't monetize this," and we're not monetizing it anyway.
That's
we don't play ads
No.
and do that kind of stuff, so we're in the clear. But
good enough.
it's probably just because all your original stuff is copyrighted.
I've got a few enough.
That's probably what it is.
Is that what we're getting flagged?
It's all music because you've copyrighted.
It is.
I don't know.
Copyrighted.
I mean, it probably is.
No,
If it's in a
if it's
on a list somewhere.
I swear it is.
Nice return.
Does he miss him back at 9? I don't think so.
Not on the return. Maybe the occasional screen drive. I love that play. That's going to cause a lot of problems. One of the more difficult parts of, dealing with a team that is really effective in counterpunching is that you feel like you have to be on the net more often than, probably normal.
For sure,
so
Coach.
You get all these situations where you step up and you're like, well, what if they drive it? And you end up dealing with lobs that really propel you off the net.
Yep.
That's going to be a tough lob there. That's
And there's
the
no
setup
shortage.
they were looking for.
There's no shortage of height on this side of the net with Chris and Eric, by the way.
Nope.
So it's going to have to be a pretty good lob.
Yep, they're in good shape in terms of the positioning.
It's a big forehand.
Another nice flat forehand.
They also, for a righty-lefty combo, they do some real good communication. I think maybe they've probably been playing league all year this way, maybe, you'd think. I don't know if I haven't seen them. Of course, I haven't seen them in the league.
I mean, they're both out of Lake Forest.
Are they?
Yep.
Oh.
It's a good point.
So they play out of
Nice,
Lake Forest
nice
Club, that
long
is?
hold. I believe Lake Forest Club, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Some deep talent out there. Faux shoe. All right, so
3-2 here.
3-2. Is it 2 serving 3, is it? Or is it 3 serving 2?
I believe 2 serving 3.
I figured as much. Yes, I figured as much.
3 serving 2.
All of a sudden.
3 serving 2? Thank you.
I figured there was a break there.
It's not a break until you hold, Sean.
It's true.
That's. I feel that's really important that everyone
That
knows.
is nasty. And Stephen Larko just kind of basically routined it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's it like being that talented?
Baker kind of not wanting to deal with that return to begin with. Like,
No,
kind of took the step over and then was like,
Yeah.
yeah, this could go anywhere.
Yeah, I'm going to wear that. Me, personally, I wear that. No matter what size it is, I'm probably going to wear it. Good overhead.
Yeah.
And in this weather, just warm enough where you're going to get a little bit of action on the ball if you do put a fair amount of spin on it.
Yep. Yeah, you've still got some spin. That's a couple of nicks in a row there
Yes.
from
Radar.
Eric Kottman finding that sweet spot.
That is turn. It's a pretty good attempt there from Stephen Larko, considering it kind of was
It
a
did
nickish,
shoot out a little
didn't
farther
it?
than
Yeah.
you would have expected.
Yeah.
That is one of those elements that can be difficult to, once the ball starts moving that fast away from you, you kind of have to drive it. It's almost, you've started in the motion and you have to catch up to the ball.
Matter of fact, when I do that and just bait somebody into it, even if it was accidental, I always go, ha ha.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which people just think I'm grunting. But I'm not really.
Nice dig.
I don't mind grunting. What a topspin
Little
lob.
topspin
Come
lob.
on.
Caught a little
deep.
No, the lines are out here at Inverness.
Especially when it's rack
anything on the
director
white
there,
part of
that's
the court is
right.
just clearly
Way
out of
out
that.
of
No, I'm just kidding. That was clearly long, not even worth calling.
Serving.
So
4-2 or 2-4, I should say.
Yep.
In favor of Baker and Kottman.
Baker and Kottman have shut down the net well enough where I think that Larko is just a little tightly. He's trying to put a little too much perfect on his drive, as opposed to just forcing the volley. And we've all been there, right? Where you start flirting with the let cord, trying to make sure
live
that that's the best place to be.
We've all been there. I've got a condo in that place. Still paying assessments.
I've got
on
a down
that puppy.
payment.
Oh yeah, for sure. May have to refinance this
Smart
year.
shot there.
Beauty. Sit down.
That's going to be the
in there.
go-to sequence.
Okay, that's some serious touch because that thing was down near his ankles.
Yep. It's good early move there.
Yeah.
Ultimately, this is going to be where
Amazing screen drive. It is just incredible what he can turn into a screen drive.
Well, especially when, his role as it has started to become established in this match is if they're playing keep away from Jonas, then he is always moving in a way where when he sees the ball, he's trying to play some offense.
Yep.
And it is just going to be that dynamic. So as long as he's moving enough, there's going to be these moments.
Yep.
Where they were forced to hit a reset down the middle. I'm gonna crack it. It's a great shot, but very
almost
tough.
Larko almost there.
Just
Almost
died
could have
enough
gone
in
lefty,
that back corner.
Oh yeah. Like the mellow white hoodie too. I'm digging that, man.
Straight volley.
Mine has a Snoopy on the front of it though. No, it's not very intimidating.
I've got a red doghouse
Just saying.
that I'm taking a nap on.
Look
Great
at this
volley.
Crazy good
Sick
volley,
volley.
too. Unbelievable. Good leave.
Good shot.
Right
So,
there.
yeah, that's good.
All right, so inching back
Good
in here.
hold. So 4 serving 3.
Yeah, still just down a break.
It
Are
does seem a little bit like Merrick's and Larco have not. Right? And
Yes.
sometimes, you play fast like that, and you don't necessarily have the game plan set.
No.
But there's a few, floater lobs going through the middle of the court where there's a little hesitation. Where are we going to hit it? Who's going to shift and take this ball from the tee? So that's probably something to kind of lock in as you get closer to
Yep. Well, those
the
guys
end of this first set.
don't make it easy either.
No.
I mean, they do hit some really
No,
good lobs, but
absolutely
their
not.
drives are
And there's nothing
outstanding.
wrong with playing. I mean, really good players are focused on patterns, not specific spots on the court, right? So
Yep.
it's about what you're trying to create, and then you and your partner know your job when
Do your job.
different patterns start to get initiated. But if it feels random instead of planned, or you hit the ball to a different target and it doesn't create a different type of positioning, that's where you can get caught with a couple loose errors being like, I don't really know what I was trying to do there, so that's where the mistake happened.
Yeah, you're, that's those words to live by, Coach. I think my whole life is a series of spaghettis against the wall.
You have to have a
spaghetti's
plan
still-
in order to make adjustments, right?
Yeah,
I've tried nothing and I'm all out of ideas. Can't be your...
I've decided I need more olive oil in my life, and they don't stick to the wall anymore. Good lob. So that lefty-righty combo can be tricky sometimes.
Huge
People-
advantage, actually.
For sure, if you can manage it.
A team that establishes themselves well at the net and can throw different types of spins at a
Yes.
team, it becomes a tough adjustment.
Yep.
And you see some more points like you are here where maybe a little more survival mode and a little less looking for offense because
Yep.
you're trying to dig out shots, right? It's, different spins like that is that's going to move differently than when it's hit by a righty.
It's a good lob. Kind of set up that drive. That was a great lob by Steve Larco. The other thing is these guys, and Chris and Eric are doing a really good job. They are hitting nick area, corner, overheads for the most part. They go down the middle when they need to, but it's not totally down the middle.
Yeah.
Because something really down that middle third, completely down the center is going to pretty much bring a center lob back down, and that's where sometimes you can get a little indecision.
Yeah, I
Is
agree.
this a break point here?
It is.
Break point here, yep.
What a return. He's there.
It's a good dig. And this is smart at this always critical,
Juncture.
after
Juncture.
that seventh
love
game
that.
is so important.
It's like a Paul Lind word. Juncture.
But also the least offensively aggressive that Jonas and Steven have played in the backcourt.
Oh, yeah.
Nice dig.
Well, with the speed back there, it's kind of a natural.
Yeah, and as much as I appreciate the heavy spin that is coming from Baker and Kottman, which, this ball has really got some RPMs on it, on the flip side, there's not a lot of letting the ball drop low and trying to force players to dig stuff out from.
Correct.
That was a serve situation. Yeah, that's a
He
great
got it.
get.
He got it sitting.
Oh, that's a great
Almost.
point.
Super cutter.
So that kind of becomes, that last point. If that's the short lob that you're looking for that's low enough where you can put that kind of spin on it, then, putting just heavy rotation on the ball will work. But,
Right.
You also want to start to pepper in, some of the low resets to the middle of the court, let the ball drop and get some rollers down.
Variety.
Yeah,
You're right.
Yeah, just because, once you start to adapt to spin, players acclimate, and then it's not quite bothering you as much. You're reading the ball earlier. You're forcing longer points, like what's going on in this game in particular.
I am so down with that. I want some Asian dumplings. Then I want some
down.
antipasti.
I'm down with that. I'm down with the sickness, Sean. Keep rolling.
Lean back.
That's got heavy junk on it.
Oh,
Yeah.
good lob.
There you go.
That's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, just like the occasional poke on the,
Yep.
just to keep the ball low, right?
For sure.
Keeping the ball low is its own version of offense, and it doesn't, spin is great as long as it does create some kind of variety.
Wow, that was a great shot. Not easy.
And these are difficult digs. Caught the line on the volley.
I swear, I've said stuff like this before, but Jonas's one-hander is better than mine, and he has a 2. Just to
So
tell you
throughout this game, you've also seen the quality of the lob increase, so it becomes harder and harder to hit like a shot like that, right?
Yes.
Like where it's got enough spin and it does enough, of something that's different in order to earn you some points. And it's hard to maintain, right? It's a lot of energy output. It's
Oh, yeah.
it's got a thinner margin.
For sure.
Yeah.
Wow.
You see how that roller from Jonas stays down in the court? Like it's so difficult to attack.
Just a little back. It's a great rebound right there from
Triple
Eric
break
Koppman.
point to
Yep.
sudden deuce. This will be the 3rd sudden deuce point of the match.
Yeah,
I think
that's a smart move from
both
Eric
of them
to
have gone to
one-time that
Koppman and Baker.
Yes, they have.
Quick switch. Yeah. Nice.
We can actually throw up one of those stats screens when we
Oh,
have a
we
free
will.
minute.
I keep eating Asian dumplings.
Oh, that's a good
I'm
ball.
going to throw up.
Nice dig.
It's a. But you know, I noticed
Let's not throw up for no reason.
We got. That's against the law too. You have to have an excuse.
Oh, sneaky.
Speed.
2 in a row, and he's going to keep the onslaught going. That is going to be a tough
Wow.
game there to take it to 4-all.
Take a look. Whatever. It's fine. It's got everything else right.
Oh, that's
That's-
got to hurt.
I agree.
Yeah. Wow.
I understand where Baker's coming from because I think that's his first missed return.
You know, I think
in
you're
the
right.
set. And so, when players,
What a
that's,
shot.
That's the one.
Something like that.
Take a replay of that.
You know, my dentist told me not to brush an area like that with something.
But you did it anyways.
I did, so I can't be judgmental for Chris Baker. I mean, he's doing what I would have done.
Well, in those last few games, Eric Koppman has had the opportunity to go forward and chosen not to for exactly that reason. Because
Yes.
if Jonas gets back early, he can find drive locations that
And
you
fire
are
it.
not looking for. And there is a risk when you drive through a team, if you can't get up there and get established and comfortable, it's not worth going forward.
Beautiful
That's
drive.
a smart play.
Yeah.
Just kind of taking a ball, adding some extra pace, and putting it on that right pocket of Larko.
In his
Pocket
credit,
full of
he
sunshine.
did get his paddle on that thing, but he just couldn't handle it there. I'm gonna say it, by the way, because I remember watching Jonas when he first showed up on the scene here at
Too
Chicago.
good. It's a heavy roller into the corner to go up 5-4.
So I
And
believe they were down 4-1
They
at
were.
one point. At
They
least
were.
3-1.
It's a good point, Cal.
Also, thankfully, Graham McNerney is here saying that he's watching my scorekeeping like a hawk. Thankfully, for everybody involved, I'm not keeping score today. That would be the wonderful umpire,
We appreciate
Russ
that,
Beaupre,
Graham. Yep, he is up in the chair. We are using
doing a service to us all.
Court Director as a successful app.
Just take credit, Cal. That way your batting average goes back
Well,
up.
you know, if the sudden deuce points were there, maybe I would take credit for it. But
Yeah.
All right, so
But anyway, what I was saying was, I remember when Jonas showed up. What was it, like 4 or 5 years ago? I want to say 4 years
it's
ago.
12 years ago.
Really? Thank you.
you're
You're making that up.
Yeah. A few
But
seasons ago.
The point I'm trying to make is I don't think he's been playing platform
That's a great
his
ball.
whole life, is what I'm saying. the amazing that just with the racket skills, the skill that the level he's gotten to in a short period of time is staggering to me. I mean, it's really amazing.
Also,
really
going up
impressive.
the stairs, but.
You mean for me going up the stairs?
Yeah, staggering. Yeah, for you. Yeah.
Nice dig. Another good shift.
And I'm not saying just because he's the rackets director here at the club.
No, he's
and I'm looking for some lunch.
he's got game and he figured it out quick.
Yeah,
and he played a ton.
It takes
Do you have a
discipline.
few players occasionally where you see them on the court and like they're not getting better with every like tournament, they're getting better with every game. Like every game they play, and you're just kind of like, okay, well he figured something out there,
Yeah.
He played like 14 points before he was like, oh, the roller's a thing, and then decided that he was just going to hit it as good as anybody.
Yes.
A little desperation back foot cutter.
No, because I said this before, but then there are some people. I mean, I was no good at either one, but there are some people that get that are just come in with staggeringly good tennis records, but can't necessarily, get to the level. Maybe.
That's a great lob. Largo's going to set that up. Oh, that's the opportunity.
A commensurate level, anyway.
Steve's out there like, that's my whole job. I just did my whole job. I lobbed down the line perfectly. They were uncomfortable. And then I set you up for the drive.
40-15 here, heading for looking like a potential tie-break situation.
Oh, God, the pressure.
Cut. Can we have that line again with a little more?
That's what I like about it.
Oh, that's
my favorite part. Oh, God, the pressure. Or overdoing it is another good one.
Pressure makes diamonds.
Police murder.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, a lot of these. That is the right shot, though. That is the right shot for him to pull the trigger on.
Just came out.
Maybe just letting it drift a little farther in front of his body so it's easier to keep it down, but that's
Seemed to
the
shoot
ball.
out there.
He earned that shot.
A little quick anyway. It was kind of a nickish shot. Little Nicky, yeah. I think it's I didn't mean it. There was a demonic shot, by the way, when I say that. I mean, when I say Little Nicky, it was just Nickish.
No, we know what you meant, Sean. Stop drawing pentagrams all over our equipment.
He's practicing
such
wicket.
a heavy backhand.
It's the only thing I can draw.
Kottman can just really lean in, and put some weight behind the backhand.
I don't think he's missed one.
No, and the ball just comes off the paddle so heavy.
Yeah.
It's hard to flex that off. No, that's deep.
I think it was just deep. Yeah.
They had to call it on themselves, too. We're gentlemen.
That is. All right, 15 all. As they say, couldn't get any closer. Jonas with the hops, man.
That's a great spot to come up with there with that little backhand flick.
He does it
down
really
the line drive.
You can't.
You
can't read it.
I mean, I legitimately love Illinois State and some of our local tournaments because these are the types of players like we haven't had. Baker and Kottman on like a tournament live stream, and they can get hot and play as well as anybody, right?
No question.
They really have a lot of things they can do with the ball. They're smart players, but they're not, traveling around the country playing, tour events.
But they could.
But I mean,
very easily
they can, they've got game, but it's not in the cards to be like I'm going to play 9 matches and give up 8 weekends and.
No, I totally get it. Matter of fact, there were times where I'll laugh at some of the tennis rankings where the number one team, doubles team in the men's CDTA would be a nationally ranked team, but they just don't want to leave the area. So you just get one guy, 2 guys.
Oh, yeah, on the tennis court?
Oh, sure.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Pretty much every
I definitely
sport,
have had I have played some uncomfortable tournaments where you bump into a local legend where it's his club and that's the only tournament he plays. Yeah. And you can go into it thinking I'm the 3 seed, and then he just mops up.
He's got 5 gold balls.
Right?
To his credit.
Yeah, exactly. But he just that. I just don't. I can't dedicate that kind of time.
No. I mean, not that if I dedicated any time it would make any difference at all, but the point is.
And there's players like that all over the country, right?
Sure.
I mean, that's one of the things that actually makes, team nationals such a cool event is, number one, it's great to have that team atmosphere in paddle and in the sport, which I think is much more difficult to create in tennis outside of once you get past college. I think the team tennis side is really hard to create that camaraderie.
Oh, there's no question.
Oh, that's totally the right shot.
I jinxed him. He missed one.
Yeah, that was his.
By the way, I mean, how many times have you heard this? This is one of my favorite sayings. Who are these guys? Like you get that, like these guys, they show up, you don't even know who they are, and they just got huge game, and you're like, wait a minute, what's good? Look at that pace on that thing.
I mean,
That's just got this. That's
all right. Sudden
that's
deuce
Brad
point
Smith.
here.
That's Brad Smith pace right there.
Oh God.
I'm just saying.
The rattlesnake.
Yeah, it looks like that's some big pace on that forehand.
Good hands.
Love the move.
And he makes it happen.
Wow.
Great shot. All the lines on the court. It's a cool
pick
setup. Great volley.
He one time that.
Yep. That's the right shot too.
It is.
I mean, if you have a situation in which you're in trouble and you are trying to keep Jonas from hurting you, that high, hard side screen to pull him out of that space is, one of your few options.
No, for sure. So it is.
That is a tough rip.
All right, Love 15. If you just joined us, we are at Inverness Golf Club watching the Illinois State Tournament. This is a quarterfinal matchup. On the near side, Chris Baker in the white hoodie and Eric Kopman hitting that overhead as a left-hander.
Black hoodie, gray hat.
Exactly.
That's a great drive right there.
Steve Larko.
Steve Larko over on the deuce side in the teal quarter zip white hat. And then director of racket sports here at Inverness Golf Club, Jonas Merckx.
To the right of him, or to the left of him. To your right,
side.
my left.
Oh, way to bail out of trouble there, guys. That was good recovery. Now we got to slow everything down for a shot or two in order to regain our control and or hit a leg court.
Quickness. Yeah. So I'd be like, come on, man, that's the left. It stayed in.
He caught the baseline.
Like what a shot.
What a nightmare.
Very smart. Very smart. Wow.
All right, so we got triple set point. Quad set point if you factor in the sudden deuce.
Oh, my God, the
Way
pressure.
to factor that in, Cal.
Well, I didn't factor it in. Just saying you could if you wanted.
Court director did.
Just pounded that.
That is deep. First set right there is going to go to Larko Merckx. Really solid first set from both teams. High-level paddle, lots of action. We're going to take a break and hear from our sponsors, and we're going to be right back with the second set after this.
Not your bank's top priority? Here at Wintrust, we take a different approach to banking. No hidden fees or runarounds, but a true banking partner focused on your unique financial goals. Whether you're opening your first account, found your dream home, planning for the future, or starting a business, we have the financial solutions to get you there. Stop settling and start experiencing a better way to bank. Wintrust, different approach, better results.
Illinois Bone and Joint Institute is the best choice for orthopedic care. Our walk-in ortho access clinics provide treatment by orthopedic specialists without a trip to the ER. With evening and weekend hours, we provide your family with excellent care when it matters most. Visit ibji.com to find an ortho access immediate care clinic near you.
from the heart of Chicago up to the North Shore and stretching from the northwest suburbs down to Kankakee. From urgent in-office care to virtual in-home visits, we're making orthopedic care available wherever and however you need it. Because while we're adapting our lives to keep each other safe, we know that new injuries will happen and old injuries will still linger. And IBJI is here to help.
Okay, welcome back.
Back on the bridge.
To Illinois State Men's Open, the final tournament of the season for the Chicagoland area. It's not usually the final tournament of the season in Chicagoland, but because of some rough weather we had on the original tournament date, we decided to move it to the end of the season, which was the right call. I'm pretty sure it was going to take place during that polar vortex where it was like negative 18 degrees. And I appreciate that the guys decided to not do that. You don't like people getting hurt, you know, and having to deal with all of that situation. Plus, when it's that cold, it's not great paddle.
No.
You know, the ball doesn't move the same way. It turns into a brick. You know, you can't quite put as much spin on it. I think this is more fun. I think the results we get
Although
are
we do get a few extra clients for Illinois Bone and Joint Institute.
We are between that and pickleball. I mean, IBJI is. Have some high-quality apparel that they are working on and coming out with. I've seen some of the samples, and they are phenomenal. Matt Wurzel's not even a vest guy, and he's able to pull it off. So that's pretty impressive.
They might even make some big and tall stuff for yours truly over here. I'm getting taller and bigger bigger anyway.
I was just going to say, I'm getting taller and bigger. I'm getting taller if you only track it when I'm laying down. Then slightly taller each time.
Cal, stop it.
All right, so this is set number 2. That was a good, solid first set. I think, at least in terms of stats, I know that Larko and Merrick's were down at least 4-2, possibly even 4-1 in that first set. Came back, had a couple of, deuce sudden death points. And so we're going to fire up the second one.
They start the second set on a 5-point win streak.
They did, and they will maintain.
Well, that's all court directors.
They'll go
thanks
6.
again to court director for their super easy to use and insightful statistics.
Get that infomercial for everything.
Russ up in the chair.
Especially
Russ
those
Beaupre.
extra
An excellent job.
That's a nice pick.
Russ Dijonay.
Is that his last name?
No.
John Hanks.
John, it's
Apollo 11.
Nice. All right, so this is where it gets difficult here because I don't know that Cotman Baker would think that there's a tremendous amount of adjustments to make in this next set.
Right.
I mean, they played tight. They really did a good job in that first set of, hanging in big points. there were a few moments towards the end of that first set where, I know that they felt like they gave Jonas some drives in his strike zone that they would have liked to avoid. But unfortunately, in the world of paddle, when everybody's good, there's no real way to keep somebody from driving. Like, they're going to find ways to do it. So you just have to be very selective about the how and the when.
For sure. Not only that, I mean, if you were to, by the way, is that what you would
Great
basically
patience right there from
advise
Larko
them
and a great
to
lob.
do, considering they're down a set now? And yet they played a pretty good set. I mean, obviously, they were rolling there for a while.
So I know that nobody loves to hear this, especially at this level of paddle. But one of the best things that you can do, especially when a team kind of gets hot and you've thrown the kitchen sink at them, and maybe your spin and your overheads hasn't won you the points that you need, is to start to really selectively slow stuff down, right?
Yes.
And so, you play a couple points where you just dump, resets to the center. You kind of wait, I would say that right now, Larko and Merrick's are like playing to their strength, right? They like to run around. They like to make shots. They like to dig stuff out. This is
archaeology.
Those last couple gets, like, that's where Jonas lives.
Yeah.
Like, let him
All
get
day.
bored and
Yep.
swing at a backhand drive that he wasn't looking for, or see if you can get Larko to get in a position where he plants his heels because he had to hit 40 soft reset, overheads as lobs in a row.
Oh, yeah.
Which is, the mental side is so easy from
Exhibit
the HUD.
A. Exhibit A, yeah.
So easy from the HUD, so difficult to do on court. But so far, the quality of lob for Larko and Merrick's has only improved, right? You've seen all the spin that you're going to see. There's not another level that you can throw at them. So now they're going to make some errors, but they are not struggling off the screens the way that they might have been in, the first few games.
Exactly.
I like that. I like that change to the roller from Baker.
Yep.
To try to keep a ball lower in the corner.
I like to move,
Yep.
maybe be a little more aggressive with the volley. Not that we're advocating hitting aggressive volleys, but when you move in like that, you may have to do something.
It's the right play, and sometimes you have those movements where you go forward and, nobody closed the net down, which is what Larko was dealing with there, and so he tried to make it too perfect. Right? He was like, I'll just drop it right at his feet. Like, if he just makes the volley and continues to close,
that's a great lob from Stephen Larko. That was awesome.
Yeah.
But you're right. Obviously, redeeming himself there. I think I'm just being judgmental because he looks a lot like my old doubles partner, Jeff Dahl.
Mike Friedman. Oh, sorry.
No, there was
It's a good overhead. All right, so now we're going to shift and swing it. Okay, now we're going to shift and swing it again. And that's what's going to happen when we shift and swing it to the sides.
I wish I had the reaction for Eric Koppman to that lob that neither one of them went after immediately.
Yeah.
That's my favorite right there. Like, oh, my God.
That's a great dig from Koppman and a really good shift here from Baker. He's in the right spot as well. Yep. Nice. It's a great cat. So I really love what Koppman and Baker are doing here in the backcourt, right? So,
That's a great shot.
Right there.
Oh,
that is going to be the kind of stuff that is going to win them points because they both did such a good job targeting their lobs to the outside edges of the court that it just became extra coverage. And so then, when you get the chance to drive, they didn't have to nuke that drive.
No,
it was just like, hey, let's place it down the line. I mean,
that was exactly the point. They're better off not nuking it. What a shot. Come on.
That's tough.
I mean, that was a game point right there. Just kind of a half tomahawky slap screen drive. That's impressive.
When you let players, I shouldn't say let, but when they get to, hit it on their terms, that just kind of kicked out to Jonas's strength. And he was like, that's shoulder high. I'm stepping forward. I get to hit the ball down into the court. You can take the net out of the equation. It's also part of why that height control is so important, right? Those low reset overheads.
Yes.
If somebody's driving the ball, you want them to be thinking about the net. If you're hitting everything hard into the screens, all of a sudden on drives, you no longer have to be thinking. how do I get this to clear the net and how do I shape the ball.
Chris Baker keeps doing that. I started to remind me I've got to tenderize some chicken cutlets later.
That's such a good
Flick.
sequence of overheads here from Jonas.
Super lob.
See, that's a smart changeup. That ball to the middle.
Yep.
Still plenty of bite. It goes to the screen. It stays low. But this is a sequence here where just the style of play is just so difficult to play offense on.
Yep.
That one will have a chance, but he decided to pass. Oh,
not a bad idea.
The step back, backhand cut off the bounce.
Yeah, that's not, even for a guy of his...
that's almost a little tennis reflex there.
It is, yeah.
Like sort of playing like a defensive flick. It's a great
shot. Wow. Gonna pull that over the net.
It's got to be really frustrating to be Kottman and Baker because they're so great at volleying, and Jonas is like one of 3 players on the tour that can bend the ball around them.
Hard enough.
Because they're doing it. They're getting up at the net and they're volleying spectacularly, and he just somehow is getting it in.
He can put it in a spot where you have to stretch a little, and he also hits the ball hard enough where if you stretch a little, then it's an immediate, it's an error instead of being able to make the volley. It is a fun spot to be, though. Different styles, different types of adjustments. This is the type of point that Kottman Baker will kind of need to play, like the longer investment point, making Larko grind a little bit.
I wonder how many points like this are responsible for tournament directors having heart attacks.
Less now that they've gone to the sudden death Dooth point. I like it when they play the Dooth points, you guys.
I thought I was the only one
eating
Cheez-Its.
I thought the least.
Yeah, those Cheez-Its were good. Sorry.
They're freshly baked.
I know. Well, they're
That's
just
good, patient
They have
battle.
more cheddar in them, I guess.
I like that you actually have a bit of a code where if you're commenting on any food, you'll go, wow, look at me, what am I, an endorsement? But when it's snack food, you actually get pretty articulate about it.
Sean likes to go
This
deep.
cheese is just the right amount of crisp.
This is a phenomenal point here from
It's fantastic.
Baker Kottman at the net, controlling the pace. I don't know how many of these points they would like to play. I'm sure it's,
timing.
but this is a really good adjustment and investment point in, especially in tournament paddle world, right? So
that's kind of the shot they kind of wanted. Yes.
In the moment, Kottman is like, hey, I feel like I shouldn't have put the ball there, but they. Jonas wasn't really looking to drive that. He, just kind of decided in the moment, and everybody can miss when it's not part of the plan.
Now that I'm good at. That's not a
when it's not part of the plan, that's what I'm good at.
Fantastic at it.
Good return. Yep.
Man,
and so now you will see here as Jonas starts to take over the net on a ball-to-ball basis how much lower every shot is. And it's not height, it's because it's a choice.
That's just that cross-court reset.
So you see that? I mean, that ball's just not going to come up high enough to drive. That one's going to stay low. That one is a little bit higher, but yeah, so like it's just a difficult ball to drive when it's like around net level like that. And most of the offense coming from Larko and Merrick's is going to just stay down in the court. It's just a
really good move, too. Maybe just trying to do a little too much with that backhand volley. Like the poach, though.
Good volley.
Yeah.
Nice flick there.
Wow.
Trying to add a little extra shape Not a bad play. That is one of the things about a righty-lefty combo and the way that they have to shift around at the net in order to volley is that sometimes you can get them a little pinched in the center of the court, right? Because they're trying to set up backhands. And so if you can kind of hit some outside edges, you do force some difficult shots.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good lob. Ramping it up.
Unbelievable.
That's a good lob.
Larko doing some work there. What a
Great pick.
Oh, sick.
Smart.
That's crazy. That's in there.
That's good dig. Uh-huh.
Two-handed backhand half volley. Who says you can't do that in platform?
This becomes one of those
I say that to be
really difficult points mentally because you went from being absolutely in control and hitting a phenomenal shot to giving up the net in a quick sequence and then feeling like you're on your heels for the rest of the point, right?
Unbelievable.
A unique paddle dynamic, but man, Larko just came up with that stab and it floated over and it changed everything. One good get. It's kind of like golf in that regard, you know? At any given moment, you can hit one good shot and it totally gets you out of 4 bad ones.
True.
If you can pull it off.
Or at least you feel like you get out of 4 bad ones. I think you probably still have to deal with the results of the 4 bad ones, at least if you're me.
Well, I mean, yeah, that was one of those things. That was what my dad would say about golf. Like, the reason I still play golf is because I can, you know, miss the fairway wide, and then I can, you know, hit an approach that ends up in the sand. And then if I hit a good bunker shot, I still somehow am putting for, you know, a birdie. Like, how the hell did that happen?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, you can have individual points like that in paddle. You can't rely on it all the time, but.
I remember somebody telling me, Sean, you know, you just got to get warmed up, man. You later in the round, you start to play really well. And then what I tell them is, I just relax. I was like, well, why do you think that is? Well, I'm
because I don't care anymore.
Well, no, my score's so bad. What am I
right, exactly.
Ruin it?
Yeah.
I'm already like 40
I'm
over.
like swinging free, yeah. People don't realize the difficult part on the mental side is controlling the score in most sports,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, unless it's heavily team, you know, dependent.
Yeah.
But.
Or pro-am.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of, well, at least when I'm playing, there's a lot of throwing it going on.
Well,
I'm just saying.
Nothing's worse than being like, maybe I'm going to have the best round of my life on the 8th hole, you know?
The good Lord would never interrupt the greatest.
I'm on the front 9. I'm on the front 9 and I'm under 100.
Dig on that volley. I mean, that just, it's impressive. It just looked routine.
It's a good shift.
Lobs. Yeah. Again, if you just joined us, we're at the Inverness Golf Club here in lovely Inverness, Illinois. You know, they got
their centennial year.
The word Inverness, you know where they actually that came up?
I don't.
Yeah.
Scotland.
It's funny you say that. It has to do with a plot of land that they overlooked and they didn't give to somebody. So in fairness, they gave it.
Really?
I swear to God.
Interesting.
I made that up. But anyway, so
I made that up, but it is a fun one. I love the switch. Let's mix it up. Let's put some forehands on the outside wings. See what we get out of that. Forcing them to switch targets.
Yeah.
Oh.
That must have felt good, though. You know what I mean?
Just out.
Just go ahead. I'm just gonna pound this thing.
And for the pool.
I'm with Cotman on that one. Like, it feels good to hit it, but he
Just
had a
get
moment
it
where he's like, where was I aiming? You were
it.
just hitting it. That's
This point's over one way or the other. What
jeez.
Unbelievable shot.
Great hands. Oh!
Chris Baker with an unbelievable reflex.
Yep.
Oh, we get the replay there, Cal. Nice. Look at that. Look at the big man move. That's impressive.
It's good coverage.
No question about it. All right, so still hanging on here. Still a ball game, if you will. Once again, you are watching this Illinois State tournament here. We had to reschedule it.
Quarterfinal.
Yeah. The costumes weren't ready for the production, and So
They
we
decided
had
to delay it.
postpone the show.
They were working on their stunts.
Yeah, exactly. And
Same coordinator as Spider-Man on Broadway, so we're all nervous.
They fired the musical director. That was me. And,
Who'd they bring in?
Get anybody but me. I think it was somebody who actually could read music. And
Owen Albrecht.
he always gets the part before
He always.
I do. Like kids. Anyway, on the far side is in the navy blue tee is Eric Cotman, and in the white hoodie, hitting the overhead right there, is Chris Baker, and on the near side, both in teal and the white hat, that's Stevie Larco, and then of course the Racket Sports director, the ubiquitous Jonas Merrickx, on the ad side there, getting that lob. Merrickx and Larco won the first set, and they're in the middle of battling. Look at the kid.
Wow,
Unbelievable.
great pick. Little backhand flick drive there from Steve's. Good call. Forcing it.
Maybe. That was a good call. Really good call from Eric Cotman.
I had less confidence that was going to be wide than he did. It's a tough
Just the
read.
feel you have there. I think they call it macho, Coach.
It's a good pick.
Look at that. I thought he was going to go up for that.
Yeah, he thought about it. He's been showing that drive a little bit, but so far,
showing the vert.
Yeah, he's just been he's just been kind of making sure that if he's driving a ball, it's really comfortable.
Oh yes, he got it. He got it.
That's great coverage
Crazy
from your partner.
movement.
They're going to get back in it. Nice dig again. Still dealing with different spins from either side. It's great coverage right there.
By the way, if I'm Baker and or Cotman, I'm the worst, absolutely the worst partner right now, and I'll tell you why. And I've done this before, and I don't mind admitting it because anybody who's played doubles with me will know. As soon as somebody makes a get like that, I just go, we're going to lose this
Mentally,
point.
you're out. Yeah,
Exactly.
I do think that is a particularly.
How could he lose this point? That's
I mean,
what I'm
it's
thinking.
such a difficult part of paddle is that in your brain, you're like, how many shots like that do we have to hit in order to win 1 point?
Right.
Not even like to string them together in a game, but to win 1 point.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's an early shift there.
Unbelievable.
Early shift to
Come
take
on,
that
man.
ball.
He decided to take that on the rise. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
He'll be here all week, ladies and gentlemen. See, after a shot like that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm going to lose this match.
Great shot. Yeah, I mean, totally. It's just like, we're in trouble.
I know. And that's not to say, by the way, that Cotman and Baker can't come back and win this thing, because I'm not saying that, just for the record.
I think that the tough part in that situation is if you're playing like a normal league match against, sort of the average solid player, the best thing that can happen in that situation is a guy makes that shot.
Yep.
Because then it's worth 7 or 8 errors because he thinks he can do it. The problem is that Jonas is one of so it can do it.
Yeah, that's the problem.
It doesn't become
He can't do
7
that
8
again.
errors.
Oh, he can't
It just
do that
becomes
again.
like,
Yeah.
no, I'll just wait for the right one. Nice.
And I usually have a partner that will do that. Will go like this. That's not possible. Well, apparently it is.
Well, I guess, yeah.
He's done it 3 times.
Yep.
I think we should just pretty much.
You got to game face it.
Yeah.
That's the.
Let's figure it's going to
Good
happen.
lob. That's the one that causes a lot of problems.
The other thing Cotman and Baker do really, really well, for those of you at home that probably put up with me or somebody way less annoying than I am as an instructor for platform, but they'll shift. If you watch, look, did you see what Chris Baker does? He will move to his left to give his partner a whole bunch of room and then shift back. And yes, that's more movement, but you should be doing that in there. And if you notice, as soon as they swing it, they'll shift and shift back. That's just automatic with these people. All these guys.
What do you mean by these people?
With these
Paddle
jets.
players.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, sure.
Always looking for a shot.
Just held
Come
it so
on.
long.
Yeah, always looking for controversy, Callie.
I'm with Baker on that one. I would be like, who hits it there?
I know.
Like, why?
Speed.
Yeah,
That's a smart move.
Larko outraged on behalf of his partner. How dare you? It's a good serve.
It's a nasty kick.
Yep.
Yeah, trying to take that as a one-time return is going to be kind of tough. Not impossible, but tough, especially with that magic lefty spin on it.
Larko doing a fantastic
Look at the
job
touch, baby.
of really looking for offensive lob opportunities. So as he hits shots that can go down the line and maybe even step up and block some that normally would go to the screen, it starts to become
Nuts. Sudden deuce.
a little
So I can tell you this much.
mental break there.
Merrick's, what he's able to do just for the last minute with maybe just a little extra forearm, because his mechanics are superb.
Yep.
Just get some extra pace on that ball. Boy,
That
he called that
was
in, I
definitely
know.
out.
That's a sportsman right there. He's the home pro. Come on.
He's not worried.
Refusal to.
Good shot.
I like the shift there as well to try to put some pressure on with the
And then a
blitz down
little
that
extra
sideline.
spin. Wow.
He second guessed it. He wanted to swing at it. It's a good swing.
Set.
Oh, almost a little forehand flick topspin
Yeah.
lob.
I like the fact bend where you
The-
hit
the
the ball
drop.
with the forehand side of the paddle on the left side of your body. It's a great shot, man.
I thought Larko was going to bait him a little
Me
bit there
too.
and, then make a sprint and take a swing at it.
Wow. Clipped the baseline. Tell you what,
Yep.
it's impressive.
Ramping it up. That's the one that Larko's going to be patient for. He wants that ball where you just kind of hit the reset at the corner and you can take it off the deck and knock it down at your feet.
Shot.
I wonder if Merrick's prefers the screen drive at this point. Like, I wonder if it was
Well-
like in a vacuum, if he would be like, yeah, I like hitting it off
He
the
sure
screen
looks
more.
comfortable hitting it.
I mean, he can do anything, but I wonder if it's sort of a situation where that's
On both sides.
preferred.
Yeah. I mean, definitely on the forehand side, I don't think he doesn't even hesitate. It's a good lob.
Yeah, that's a good leave.
Just pick up. Nice.
Good patience. Yep. Your partner covers.
And the one thing you got to watch, those of you at home watching Steven Larko on the right side in the teal, and he's there.
And they're going to dig it out, and we're going to play pickleball. Oh,
That's a smart
came
play
up with a
from
little
Eric
angle.
Coppin. Eric Coppin.
Held it long enough, too, to
Lefty
find that little
magic.
angle.
Spirits of illusion.
Yep.
You say it better than me. I shouldn't have even said that.
Spirits of illusion.
It's another good backhand
Yep.
return
Great return.
from Mr. Coppin. Starting to heat it back up. I think he just has to raise the sights a little bit. I don't think he misses much when it goes over the net. Not to be basic about it. Oh. Smack.
Total,
shot,
like,
too.
flat and wristy, too.
Yep.
You know?
Stylish.
And
Oh, trying to make it. Oh.
it's tough.
That's what I mean, man. I gotta marinate that chicken later. Keep reminding me of that. What?
Well, it's
Well,
also.
he keeps hitting his thigh.
I mean, it is really
Calf with his
difficult
back.
as well with the style of overheads that Cotman and Baker are hitting, like it's high energy output,
Yes.
right? I mean, it's a lot of movement with your feet
Great
to get
lob.
turned,
Yeah.
and then, you know, big swings in order to put a lot of spin on the ball. Like it requires a
That'd have been a
bunch
nice
of
shot.
extra energy
Yes.
to be adding that much to each shot.
Good serve. Sometimes down, right
yeah.
down the center of the box. Kind of a body serve, if you
yeah.
will, is probably one of the more effective ones. No, Coach? I mean, you don't necessarily always have to hit a corner.
No, and it is actually one of those. It's one of those
Little
pieces where if you have sort of invested, you know, the patience in mixing up your targets,
For sure.
the occasional like floater serve to the center of the box really messes with people. You know,
Oh, yeah.
where you just kind of dump in the changeup and then there's a big giant swing because you feel like you can do anything.
You're
And
just so used to going right or
spray
left
it
with
long.
with your preparation,
Yeah.
and then having to first get out of the way. Very difficult for a guy like me. Can't touch.
It's a good
It's a good idea
bail.
lobbing, yeah. Get out of there.
Yeah, and we'll make a
I can't
switch
get the,
here.
one of those old Star Trek movies. Get out of there. Get out of there. You gotta,
Christopher Lloyd.
exactly. Let me hear. 3, 2. Yeah.
I'm always surprised that Christopher Lloyd didn't end up doing more like alien type roles
for sure.
because he was such a,
It's perfect.
you know, he could be such a goofball.
He kind of is an alien. He and Elvis.
Christopher Walken.
That's true. The Lloyd Walken School of Alien Acting would be awesome. I'd sign up.
I'll take that class. It's a great lob.
Reverend Jim, thank you. Go. Oh, look at that speed.
It's good coverage.
Guys, he floats, man.
Yep.
I float, but that's because I'm in the pool with all the buoyancy and
The buoyancy. That's because you're still wearing those arm floaties. That's why. Yeah.
They are getting big.
It's a good lob.
I mean, I need them.
They cost a lot.
They do. At my size and age, come on.
If you're just wrapping 2 wraps around your arms, that doesn't count. Yeah,
It's a little
sneaky.
noodle. It's just a really big noodle. You know, at this point, you just twist it around. The emergency two-hander, one of my faves. Yes.
All right, so this is the point in the match where all 4 players have really settled in. And, you know, there's a little bit less risk coming from the
Great
net
lob.
right now.
Yep.
From Cotman and Baker. They've started to really communicate a little better at the net and decide, you know, here's what we're going to do with our attack. Here's the positioning we're going to play. They're still putting plenty of spin on the ball, but not in a way where they're risking errors. You know, that's, you know, the
Exactly.
same thing there. That when they're changing direction or hitting resets, they've gotten really controlled with the pace. That's a
that
good
was
patient
close.
point. That's the kind of point, especially
All
on
right.
a game point,
So Cotman,
you need to play.
Baker take the lead.
Settled in. Again, a mark of a really experienced team, because there's a lot of guys at this point would have kind of gone away a little
That
bit.
easily could have been a second set that
For sure.
lasted 21 minutes,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And
That's my style.
it's smart of them to, you know, readjust and dial it back a little bit, but that's what, you know, good players do. Is everybody loves to play sprint paddle when it's going your way, but if you feel like that momentum is starting to slip away, you got to go safer, you got to go percentage, and you got to lock in your strategery.
Well, after winning or losing the first set, usually I just figure out when the Asian dumplings are on their way.
It's a good volley
And then it
there
just-
by Baker.
Okay, we got 30
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Mongo don't know.
Thanks. It's a great ball there. Take the net.
Shot.
Oh,
I thought that was going in.
It's okay. Got a
Just
little
out.
stuck. Not a big deal.
Wasn't in, it was snook in from the T-shirt. I like that T-shirt. It's interesting. Good volley.
Jeez.
Yes. Almost better off hitting that flatter probably with Jonas. Make him literally go. That's a great shot. Unbelievable. Yes. Yeah, who says no ad platform can't take a while?
Has anyone said that?
Somebody said it.
Okay.
Again, looking for the controversy, Cal.
I do think that it's the. I mean, it's
You
just the
upstart.
right. It's the right call for the sport, and
There's a place
you
in the
know,
world for the angry
you
young
think
man,
you
Cal.
think about this, and if we were playing ad, and it, I mean,
What a shot.
it can be tough to have a one-day tournament.
Yeah, he kind of hit the court first, yeah. That's a great shot from Stephen Larko.
Yeah, it's a good ball. And I'm with Cotman on that one. Sometimes you're stabbing at it and you can't quite tell.
Exactly.
It
What
went
a great
over.
shot,
Did it go over?
I am fantastic.
I don't know. I wasn't looking. My eyes were closed and I was on the full stretch. I have no idea.
Who are you? By the way, Baker just had one heck of a pickup. Oh, I just jinxed him. What kind of an announcer would be? Damn it, Cal. God darn it. Confound it. All right.
Nuts.
Rodents.
All right.
Lewis Hamilton.
We did. Max Verstappen. I'm always going to follow Lewis Hamilton with
Max Verstappen. Verstappen.
But yes, we did see this. That's going in.
Oh my.
You know what? He got there.
Heavens to Betsy.
Oh my gosh, he got there. That was crazy. And it almost made that shot.
It's like Billy Crystal in a rom-com. He's going to be there.
It's in there. Good hands from Larko. Good lob. Yeah, for those of you who have maybe just joined us, we're at the Inverness Golf Club watching Jonas Merrick and Stephen Larko on the other side, on that far side in the teal tops, playing a quarterfinal match in the Illinois State Tournament against Eric Kopman and Chris Baker. Chris Baker being the lefty on the right side of your screen, the near side, and Baker being the right-handed.
I'm not saying this to be contrarian here because
You're allowed.
I would have gone with teal, but I think actually you brought this up last time. I think it's almost like a sea foam.
Sea foam? Okay,
Yeah.
I'll go with that.
It's a little darker, and it's got a little green to it.
Well,
Stylish.
teal's got green anyway.
Yeah, no, I'm
Just saying.
As
far as I know. He just does that when I make a point. He likes to just chat gibberish.
Kel just goes into mumble
Yeah, exactly.
mode.
Yeah, that's it. No, just a little long there. But we're at 4-all in the second set. Merrick's and Larko won the first set. So this is still a
7-5.
battle. Lob. It's in there.
Oh.
He's there.
Jeez.
Unbelievable get. I mean, that's crazy. That's not just lefty magic. That's
Do that
and he
every
goes out-
time.
You know what? Why not? Why not? I say you were rolling. I mean, you got that ball back. I say, Eric, you got a shot at that one. Of course, it might have been a little bit out of your strike zone. But, I mean, if I had a back in like that, I'd have tried that. That's called style, baby. Look at that shot. Jeez. I've never
Crouching
hit a low
tiger.
ball like that. Clips the line. What a get.
No, that's
yeah.
going to be a problem. He dug it out, made it happen, and then he relobs it.
That might be a problem right
Good
there.
coverage. Somebody's
That's
going to get
gonna work.
stuck somewhere. Oh, that's just such a tough sequence of shots.
What a point.
It's like the NFL Combine point. I think every single calisthenic timed exercise was in that point. I mean, between the cones. We got a 40-yard dash. And Lobsk. That was interesting. Luck. You know what? Steven hasn't really hit that many cut overheads, but I like what he's doing there. Just a little bit of a change of pace, just to give you just a little bit of different look. You hit it flat all the time. Not that it's not a good shot. It's just, you know, it's funny. He hasn't missed many of those either. So there is a 5-4 lead for Merrick's and Larko. All right,
Serving to stay in it.
Exactly. I think this is a
Holding on.
must-win game here for.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
Classify this as a must-win game.
You betcha.
Indeed, I would.
J-Love in the house, in the hizzy.
Me?
Yeah. You betcha. It is right now. It is 4-5 second set. Merrick's and Larko won the first set 7-5. It's a good match, really good match. Some of the best paddle we've seen in a long time. We were just talking, J-Lo, about the fact that Eric Kopman and Chris Baker may not play a lot of national tournaments. It's not because they're not, you know, at that level, but they just maybe want to do one shot. Oh. They pretty much like staying local, but they're every bit as good as some of the teams we see out there. Wow, unbelievable. We could throw you on there if you want. You want to take? You betcha. Let's get J-Lo in there.
Who?
All right, is this tournament started yet?
There we
No,
go.
Did I
just
miss
this,
anything?
No, this is
How's your
this is like the third
headphone
point.
volume?
Oh,
Good.
perfect. No, headphones sounds amazing.
All right.
You guys, the sound of your voice sounds amazing, Sean.
What are you doing later?
I'm planning to be here for a while, you know?
It's the weekend. I'm relaxing.
So
Cal,
what's
what
it?
do we got score here? 15-30? Yes? 15-30, Cal?
Oh,
That's
that's
in there.
15-30.
Oh,
He
he
got
got
it.
it.
Unbelievable. Stereo unbelievable.
Jeez.
It's crazy. Baker's hit a few of those. I got to tell you something. Common and Baker, that's fantastic athletic ability.
Wow.
This Bale, I love that. Run away.
Well, you know, and I'm just going to jump right into it, guys. So, Chris,
That's the way we like you.
Chris Baker had the privilege to play against Jonas this week in the league championship match.
Oh, really?
Unfortunately, it didn't go his way, so he was real jacked up for this one.
You got to be excited.
Got to be excited. How you doing, Matt?
I'm good. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me, guys. I'm sorry I was a little late. This
pleasure.
is much more comfortable than at the outdoor soccer field I was just at. So,
Yeah,
you know.
agreed.
I've been there. Nope, it's a little
Just
long.
a hair long.
You're still in that spot where you're like a great dad too. Like that's like
It hasn't worn off yet?
I'm done.
Yeah.
What's that like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't even remember what that's like.
Which one am I? Am I
I don't
this
even,
one?
I don't even
just
remember.
slide.
Yeah, later, yeah.
You're looking for audio in your headset
Yeah,
volume?
just a little bit.
Oh,
just
it's
a
on-
little
that's
nudge.
the dial up there.
You know?
Well, yeah, you'd be here if you want to hear yourself.
Oh, got
more,
it. What
'cause
was that
otherwise
one I
you're,
just did?
you're turning yourself
Oh,
up.
well, you know.
Jason's so loud.
Is that better?
I've been accused. Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay.
I've been accused of being a loud
Oh,
talker
good
before.
play right there. Larko coming up with it.
And that is it.
That was
Great
it?
match.
Oh, my gosh.
You've done it.
All right. Well, Jay, thanks for joining us. See you in 2027.
Yeah, it was great seeing you guys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, what a pleasure.
Great match.
So this is the first of the 3 rounds that we're bringing you from Illinois States. We will take a look at the draw and get back to you with our next match, which is going to be the semifinal, which will not be played, at least not before 2:30.
No.
To figure out what kind of breaks players need and rotations happen.
Well, I'm ready to go. Let's just get them out there.
Awesome.
You know?
Yeah, we'll make it happen. But Both of the other matches are up on the YouTube channel for the CPTC, so feel free to pop on there and take a look and see what's going on. Semis and then finals around 4:30. Thanks for joining us for this one, and we'll see you in a few minutes.
From the heart of Chicago up to the North Shore and stretching from the northwest suburbs down to Kankakee. From urgent in-office care to virtual in-home visits, we're making orthopedic care available wherever and however you need it. Because while we're adapting our lives to keep each other safe, we know that new injuries will happen and old injuries will still linger. And IBJI is here to help.
Not your bank's top priority? Here at Wintrust, we take a different approach to banking. No hidden fees or runarounds, but a true banking partner focused on your unique financial goals. Whether you're opening your first account, found your dream home, planning for the future, or starting a business, we have the financial solutions to get you there. Stop settling and start